There's a certain kind of coach who believes what we believe, who leads people to greatness, who gets people unstuck, who unlocks all of your passion. A coach who helps people discover what drives them, to tap into their superpowers. That knowing your why is the first step to untap potential, to focus, to breakthroughs. A coach who's looking for a better way. Are you that coach?
Hello, Laura White. Welcome to Why Not Wednesday.
I'm so excited to be here, Dan. Thank you so much for having me.
I am so excited that you are here. This is so fun. You know, it's been a journey with you, right? It's you joined Y Institute not too long ago. I think it was right at the beginning of the year. And we're so glad. I'm so glad I get the opportunity to introduce our coaches to the Y community. And, you know, I've been doing a little bit of education lately, Laura. So one of the things I want everybody to know, I want people to know who the language, right? So you hear about Y Society, and that's our coaches community. So if you're one of our coaches, you're a member of Y Society. And Y Nation is all our fans, all our followers, all the people that have discovered their why, and they're in our database because they discovered their why, or they discovered their why, how, and what with Laura. Well, that's Y Nation. And then everybody wants to know who is with the Y Force. So the Y Force is the internal Y team. That's the people that make everything run. So you met Sunil earlier, our marketing team, everybody that's at Y Institute is our Y Force. So there's your lesson for the day. And welcome aboard. I'm so glad to have you. Now, are you home somewhere, Laura? I know you've been moving.
I've been traveling all over the place. I literally have been traveling conferences and stuff, but I just got in a couple hours ago from Georgia to Tampa, doing the last little close on my house, then going back up in Georgia. I'm not even at my house right now. I didn't have any Wi-Fi, forgot I turned it off, but right. I'm at my nephew's house. So you know what? I'm here.
I'm so glad you're here. So let's introduce you to everybody. So guys, I've been posting about Laura. She's amazing. She posts really good content on LinkedIn. So if you're following her, you've seen it. But Laura White is a business and a life coach. She's a John Maxwell team leadership coach. She's a speaker and a trainer. She's board certified master Christian life coach. And she's also certified in DISC and in the WHY.os Discovery. So, man, you do a lot because you work on business and life, your personal growth. What is it that you love doing the most out of all of those things?
I love to help people get unstuck and to find their purpose and why in life, because so many people do that. See, I started off as a life coach, but then everybody kept asking me, how are you growing? How are you getting your clients? So it led into a business coach because people are like, okay, well, you know, they say wherever your avatar is and they're asking the questions and you got to go with it. So I kind of pivoted a little bit, but we all know you can't do life without business and business without life. Because usually if you have problems in the business, you're lingering it into your home life and your personal life. And those who are stuck in life and like, what do I really want? Why am I here on this earth? It really bleeds into your work. So I kind of said business strategist and life coach together, but I love it both because I really want people to find their why, their purpose, and to fulfill the calling that God has on their life, because everybody has gifts and talents. And are you using them? That's my question.
That's a great question. And, you know, I was talking to someone the other day about the why of Clarify. And so we give clarifiers a hard time because they have a lot of questions, right, Laura? And we know that about them. But I was talking to a coach yesterday who just joined the team, and he was talking, his what is Clarify. And he says, look, I just want to make sure I understand the problem. And so I ask a lot of questions. And one of the things that, you know, that it brought to my mind is, you know, everybody has a need to feel seen, heard, and understood. If you're working with someone who's a clarifier, man, it feels like they care about you because they're going to ask a lot of questions so they get to know you. And you mentioned getting unstuck. How do you help people get unstuck? What are the questions you go through? What's like, give me your like favorite question when you meet someone for the first time that's coming to you for coaching.
Well, first of all, the first thing they say is, "I'm stuck and I need a coach." And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay, what?" Well, before it used to be life coach. Now it's like,
Yeah.
I'm just stuck because I know that I want to be an entrepreneur. I know that I want to grow the business, but I'm really haven't stuck how to do it all. So they're just stuck on either finding their clients or
Right.
really getting out there to be that influencer and that leader. And so those are the first things that they actually, so most of the time I don't even have to ask. They're just like, "I need a coach. I heard that you're
Right.
good. I heard that you do this or that." And we start out the conversation, and that's how it all starts, is them coming to me and finding out what they need. And then of course other ways is they find me on social media.
Right. So you're on LinkedIn. Are you on Facebook also?
Yeah, most of mine is Facebook. I have to say Facebook. I'm starting to really dig deep now and into LinkedIn. I still have to, a couple of things I need to change on my profile, but I really do love it all. But I have focused for many years on Facebook, and that's where I get a lot of my clients as of now.
Fantastic. So I want to tell everybody your YOS, Laura, because
Okay.
this is you have a really cool YOS. First, it starts with contribute, which is my why, which I love, and that means you like to make a difference in the lives of others. You lead with that. You want to make a difference. You want to make a positive impact.
Yes.
Your how is simplify, which means you like to keep things simple. You break down things to their simplest form. You're probably really good at communicating because that, nothing overly complicated comes out of Laura. She keeps things simple. And then
Yeah.
your what is trust, which means you're someone that people can count on to do what you say you're going to do. So how, we did this not too long ago. I think you did it with Melanie, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
Melanie
We
Ake,
did.
one of our coaches, it was someone that was working with you. So you found out your why, how, and what. How does that feel to you? How do you use that?
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, my mess is now my message, because even though I was a coach, I
Yeah,
always wanted to step up and scale my business. And
right.
I'll be honest, I had some issues and trouble. And so took a lot of courses and
Mhm.
got with a lot of coaches and spent lots and lots and lots of money and lots of time. And
Right.
so now because I struggled for so long, I found out what are the tricks, what are the tips that I can share, so no one has to suffer like I do. No one has to spend all those thousands of dollars like I did. Let me show you in a simple way. So I want to contribute to make your life better, easier, understandable, and you can trust me because I've done it and I've led others through the success of making lots of money using online without using any ads. And I've done it showing people how to do it in my
Right.
online business growth academy.
Right.
Now I want to show people. And so really it started with my mess. I'm like, how do people do this entrepreneurship? Because I keep going around in circles and I don't want
Right.
to do it anymore. So when I figured out all the right ways and the easy ways and simple ways, now I want to make your life easy. I want to contribute to a better cause so you can get there faster, make more money, and not struggle like I did.
I love that. And so you simplified it, right?
Yes. Oh,
You
yeah.
took and so
Simple, easy steps.
simple, easy steps. You probably have some great frameworks that are easy to implement, right? And let me ask you this, Laura, because I love that quote. Your mess is your message. Tell me more about how do you come up with it? Because that's really good. Because a lot of us talk about, oh my gosh, my life's a mess. I'm horrible. You're like, no, your mess is your message. How do you turn your mess into your message?
When you look back and if you really interviewed a lot of
Mhm.
people, they end up being something that they're helping other people that they already went through. So if they went through trauma, they're a trauma coach. They were in business, but they found all their ways, rights and wrongs, and how to do things. They ended up being a business coach. But I interviewed a lot of people, and I noticed that was the trend. So usually your mess or something that you have been through is usually what you're going to end up sharing with others and helping them through, at least I'm not saying 100%, but I'm saying a good percentage of them. And so because I struggled for so long, I literally asked God, like, why is this happening to me? And he's like, because I wanted you to feel people's pain. I'm like, boy, did I feel the pain, and I don't want anybody to feel that. So that's what my words are. I love to contribute to a better cause, to make you better. I want to add value. I want to help you get there faster. I want to be able to contribute to make your life easier and simpler with my tricks and you can trust me because not only have I done it, but I have others, and then I have other interviews, and I have other people that that I have testimonies of. They're all on my Google, and they're also in my VSL that I do. So I have a proven status, proven testimonies of people getting through that. So that's what I do right now. And we might have missed Dan. I don't know where he is. So I will keep on talking and sharing with you that the why has made a huge difference in my life. It really made a huge difference because taking that really made everything very clear and understanding my why. I can remember far back when I was a little kid being raised in a family of 9 that I was always contributing. I was always helping people and really helping them to get through things, helping them to see clearly what they're going through and helping them to discover that. So that's what I have been doing in my why in the YOS is really helping contribute to people's lives, making things very simple, very easy, and you can trust me because I'm committed to make things better. I'm committed to helping them going through the situation that they're at because a lot of people don't want to feel alone. They don't. They want someone to help them. They want someone to walk them through. And that's why I build my course, the Online Business Growth Academy, is because I want to help women scale their business, make more money, and become simpler because I have a hybrid course. And then I also like to be there twice a week to answer questions for them. So it fits in exactly why my YOS is really going all in on how to do that in the program that I offer. So when people ask me all these questions and why I started the way I do, I bring my YOS into it and explain why I do what I do and the steps on why. But the other one that I always do is I love to clarify too, help people get very clear on who they are and who they serve. So that's what I am all about. And I want to see if Dan, I think he's trying to get back on. So it's exciting to be here. Didn't know I was going to lead the conversation, but I will tell you that it is very important, if you haven't done it already, to really take the YOS. Let us know if we can help you because it does help you go to go through life knowing that, wow, this is so clear of who I am, how I'm wired, and how I can contribute to make people's lives better. And there are 9 whys, and I have 3 of them. I think that Dan has to contribute just like I am, but I think he has 2 other ones also. So that's what we're all about. And I don't know where he is yet. So that's where I'm at and wish I can see people's questions of what they're asking. But that's a little bit about me. I think he wanted me to also talk a little bit about my book. I do have a book that I have written, and it is The Prosperous Leader Walking in the Wisdom of God. And this book was unbelievable how it got started. I was with a group in a mastermind, and the coach says, you know what, let's do a book. And I'm like, I've always wanted to write a book. And I'm like, what better way? We were all going to do devotions. And it fits into what I teach, the prosperous leader. I want to teach people how to be prosperous. The word says that God wants to give you. He wants to prosper you. He wants to. He has a purpose and a plan for your life, and so that's why I wrote the book. And in the book, it's very simple. It's 30 days. And it only takes about 5 or 10 minutes to read. I give you a scripture. I relate it to leadership. And then you have a prayer to say over yourself. And then there's an application. There's a question to make you think about what you did. So every single page is different. So you never know what you're going to get. Like, what did God speak to you through that? What was your understanding? How are you going to apply that today? So it really makes you apply what you just read. So I love the book and I've gotten a lot of feedback off of that. It came out about 6 months ago. You can buy it on Amazon, The Prosperous Leader. And it's just a quick devotion, but let me tell you, it will impact your life. And I've also written another book the mastery of marriages, because I've been married for 37 years. So they're like, will you be an author in the anthology of this book? And so I thought, wow, what a great way to do that, to contribute. Each author contributed a tip to help in marriages, but it's a 30-day devotion. So that is the other one that I have done. And so I don't know if Dan wants me to keep going, but I will. So those are my two books, and I've got a couple more in me, and I've been told that there is. So I hope to get that accomplished. Now, after that, the book is, I also love to contribute and help people. Okay, so he is resetting his computer, so I will keep going. So we'd love to hear from you and apply, and let us know if you're enjoying the Whys every Wednesday. I think I want to say this is my third time coming on here, but my first time being alone. So Wednesday, Why Not Wednesday is phenomenal because I get to hear all the stories that are happening. Oh, he wants me to tell people, your mess, my mess is my message. And that's in scripture, 2 Corinthians 1:3-4. In all our tribulations, we can comfort those who are experiencing tribulation. So as we were talking earlier in the conversation with Dan, that it is true, my mess is my message. And what I had shared before is I don't want anybody to suffer and take as long growing their entrepreneurship and making the money that I do now. I don't want them to do it, to have them take years or put $50,000-$60,000 in it, try to figure it out. But that's where I come in and really help you do that. I love to give tips and tricks and links and hacks and all that good stuff to help you make your life easier. You know, I've always been in a mastermind and I've always had a coach. And with that, I have learned so much on things that, like, someone shares a link and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's going to save me 2 hours today. So, oh my gosh, welcome, Dan. Join the group.
Oh my gosh, Laura, you are such a pro. So I apologize. So I'm sure you did a great job. My power went out. Literally,
Oh my gosh.
it wasn't the modem or anything. And here you were worried about, you didn't have Wi-Fi. It's my power. Literally, the lights went out, and I'm like, and I texted Laura. I'm like, keep going, Laura. I lost power. Well, tell me what we've talked about.
Oh my gosh. Well, we talked about my two books. We talked about why I do what I do, don't want anybody else to suffer, and really figuring out, like, if you haven't done the WHY.os, you need to contact Dan, because this is something that really helps you get clear and help you be able to contribute in life. Don't be stuck anymore. Don't waddle around trying to figure out what am I supposed to do? Get very clear on figuring out your WHY.os.
I love that. And I love that you brought that up, because one of the questions I was going to ask you about is, how is your program making, you work with women, right? So how is your program making a difference for women?
Oh my gosh. I have to say the women that I usually get in my program the words are, I'm overwhelmed, I'm confused, I don't know how to get started, or I don't know how to continue. I'm kind of hitting a plateau. I can't scale anymore. And that's where I come in. So I'm teaching them how to get very clear on who they are and who they serve, and your messaging, because I teach people how to do your content, copyright, without using ads. And they love it because they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't think of that. Or I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could get clients using your post. Absolutely. And then making it easier for them, because if you just follow the steps. Now, if we get other people who are that challenger, they probably don't like that. But me, I like simple, easy steps and strategy. Tell me what to do and I will do it. I follow the book. And that's what I teach for women. So I'm not going to be for everybody, but people who don't want to try to figure it out and frustrated, this is going to be very easy. Now they've got the hybrid course, so they could do it at their own leisure. Watch the videos, all that, but then meet me in a group coaching twice a week to answer the questions and help with anything else. So we literally get down and figure out exactly what to do. Someone might say, okay, I've got a challenge coming up. Help me to put that together. I'll help them put it together. Help me put a post or an email together. That's what I do, is really help them understand their whole projects and how to get those clients how
Right.
to build that business, and how to be clear.
Well, I have someone, just as you were talking, I have someone I need to introduce you to that could definitely use that help, Laura. So, and if you know, if you're listening and you know someone or you are someone that needs that kind of help, Debt on Facebook said Laura is a remarkable coach who is willing to share so much. Her YOS is so on point. I don't know if she's a current client of yours, but Claudette, thank you for joining us. And I got to give a shout out. I'm not going to use his quote that I gave to you, but this is Bruce Captain Kirk, and he and I were on the phone yesterday. He told me such an amazing quote, but I'm going to wait till I have him on the show to share it. And I already shared it with Laura. Bruce, I want you to know your secret is out, but we're not going to go public with it until you're on the show. And Bruce is a great coach. He's going to be doing some amazing things with us, so I can't wait to work with him. Laura, you brought up how you work with women. You also have a couple of books. Tell me about your books, because they're based on a theme that I want to talk more about. So tell us the titles of your books and what they're about, and what was your part.
Okay, well, when you were away, that's what I did. I did talk
Okay.
about my book, The Prosperous Leader Walking in the Wisdom of God.
Yeah.
And both of them are a devotion, but this one I had shared with you about that it is a devotion. I
Right.
take a scripture, that scripture, I will lead it into leadership. So take that
Right.
scripture as a leader would take it. And then I have a prayer at the end that they say over themselves. And then the other page is application. So what you just read, I want you to apply it to a question that I give you. And they
Okay.
could be different every month. So not, I mean, every day, because it's one a day. And it only takes about 10 minutes to go through. It's very
Mhm.
short, easy to the point, but it's good value. It's got wisdom, and it will change your life.
Is anybody surprised that Laura would say it's short, quick, and to the point? With a how of simplify, it's short, quick, and to the point. So a week ago, you posted something, and I really liked it. It said, "When you are aware of who you are and how God made you, then you can intentionally live out His calling for your life." So that speaks to intentionality and purpose. Tell me more about that. What prompted you to talk about that?
Well, it's also, I believe intentionality, but I also believe awareness and
Right.
really getting aware of how God designed you and how God made you. And that's a lot to do with the why and the disc. I use both of
Right.
them, really clarifying that because I was in that wilderness for a long time. And
Mhm.
I'm like, I want to get clear. I know I'm supposed to help, but I don't know what. And when I took the disc and the why, it just made everything so clear.
Right.
And that's why I want to help people, and that's why I brought that saying in, because God does have wisdom for us. He has a purpose and a plan, and he wants to help you to prosper you, but we have not because we don't ask. And
Right.
so I love bringing scriptures into my program because that's just who I am. I was raised in a family of faith, and
Right.
God is a big part of that, of who I am and
Mhm.
how I serve others. So that's what I brought in.
Fantastic. And I love that you include that. A lot of people say, well, if I include that, am I gonna offend some people? Am I not gonna appeal to certain people? What do you say to those people that say, well, are you gonna alienate some people?
No, you know what? I will not be quiet. I have to be, because I have so many people that are drawn to me. Yes, you're going to get people that aren't, but I want to help people that are seeking. So, with everything that happened with
Right.
COVID and everything that happened the last 3 years, people are seeking answers. They're seeking
Right.
help. And so if I can be a light into someone's darkness, if I
Yeah.
can impact lives and make a difference, that's my contribute. I want to help people. And so those sayings, people are like, I've had people join my group and they're like, wow, you got something that I want. I don't know what it is. And then when they're there for a while, they're like, wow, this is exactly what I needed. I needed some answers. I need clarity.
Mhm.
And that's who I am. And so yes, I might not appeal to everybody, but I also get quite a few people that start following me because they're hungry for something and something's missing in their life, and that's what they're drawn to.
What's really cool about what you just said, we talk about that at Why Institute, whether it's your why or your faith. What I tell people is there are some people that are going to be attracted to your YOS. When you communicate the fact that, hey, I'm here to contribute, I'm here to simplify, and I'm here to build trust, some people are going to resonate with that and say, hey, I want to work with Laura White. And some people are going to say, that's not for me, right? But at the end of
Right.
the day, do you really want to work with those people that they're not for you? Because if you
Right.
attract them using a false pretense or trying to be vanilla, right? That then you're going to get them and you're going to work with them, and then it's not going to be a good fit, right?
Yeah.
And so
Right.
eventually you end up not working together anyway. Hey, Chief Raymond Kemp is in, and he says your vibe will attract your tribe, but be yourself. That is so true,
Cool.
Raymond Kemp. That's wise wisdom from the old Navy vet. We really love Raymond Kemp. Have you met him, Laura?
No, but I love his saying it. Thank you so much, Raymond, because I wrote it down. I love that your vibe will attract your tribe. I'm going to use that. Thank you. I'll say I got it from you.
Be
No, I have
yourself.
not, but nice to meet you.
Reach out to Raymond. He's in Oklahoma. He's a great coach, and he's one of our Y coaches. Pamela Ferguson Bishop says, Laura, I love your transparency. Thank you. You know, it's as you said, some people you just connect with because they put the message that you've been waiting for, right? So that
Yeah.
transparency is important to somebody, and it looks like it hit a note. And Pamela is in Louisville, Kentucky. And let's see, Danica Treble, Bruce, Captain Kirk.
Danica.
Hey, so you know Danica, right?
Hi, Danica. Yes.
Fantastic. So I love it when people join and when they put their comments in there because it lets us know you're there. You know, I look at the live stream later and there's like a bunch of people that were watching, but they didn't comment. So if you're watching and you're not commenting, put a comment in the comments so we know that you're there and we can acknowledge you. Laura, let me ask you about this. How are you investing? How do you invest in yourself and develop the mindset of a winner?
Oh my gosh. Well, we always say 80% is mindset, 20% is mechanic.
Yeah.
And the huge thing is it's all about mindset. So I believe in constantly reading books, constantly on my website, excuse me.
Yeah.
It says I'm a knowledge junkie. And you can tell by I've got 4 certificates.
Yeah.
I love learning, and because I want to contribute to help people make their lives better and easier. And so not only am I helping myself, but I'm helping the people that I serve. I always want to better. And if I don't have the answer, you can darn believe and trust me that I will get the answer for you, because I don't all know always the answers.
Right.
And one thing I love about my group is I will invite other coaches that are more experienced than I, because I want my team to get the very best that they can so they can be prosperous and make the money.
You know, and Raymond will tell you he's all about that abundance mindset, right? It's not
Yes.
about,
Yes.
look, you're not going to steal my clients because I bring you in. It's about sharing and giving the most, giving as much as possible so that your clients get the best possible experience. And I love that about what you're doing, Laura. So let me ask you, you had another post that talked about ways to master your mind. You had a great picture of yourself. I think you were just relaxing, but there were 10 ways to master your mind. You didn't cover them while I was gone, did you?
No. Oh, and you're going to ask me to name
No,
those
I'm going to
10. I
read
don't
them
know
to
if
you.
I
I'm going
can.
to I'm going
Okay,
to
good,
read
good.
them to you, and I want you to tell me your favorite one. Speak affirmations to yourself. Number 2, know your why, how, and what. Number 3, decree and declare scriptures over yourself. Write your vision down and say it out loud every day. Let go of the past. Have an attitude of gratitude. Be thankful for all things. Reflect on the good things. Be around positive and encouraging people. And close your eyes and visualize your dreams. That was the one that you had the picture of, right? So which one of those is your favorite?
Oh my goodness. I thought I actually put the Bible in there too, but I would have to say decree and declare the scriptures,
Yeah.
because God says that he will give you the wisdom and knowledge. And I am who I am today and a successful entrepreneur because of that, because I relied on everything that he has said. And if I don't know anything, you bet I'm right there reading, going, God, what do you want me to do today? Give me the wisdom to be the very best. Help me help this client, whatever that might be. And so I get before God and I ask, what do you want me to do today? Who do you want me to help? And so he will direct me and guide me each and every step of the way. So I have to say, decree and declare the scriptures.
Ah, great one. I love that. Raymond Kemp has a question. What is your favorite book or books or book recommendations for coaches?
Okay, let's see if I can remember, because I'm not in my house right now. It's the coaches. Oh gosh, I'm trying to think of the name. That's a good question. Well, first of all, I would say Bible.
Right.
I help a lot of people with the business. So I love Copyright Secrets from Jim Edwards because
Oh
that's one of
yeah.
the books that I like. 100, 100 messages, I think it is 100 messages. And then I love the 15 valuable laws of growth.
Yes.
Absolutely love that book. And How to Hear the Voice of God. That's another one.
Oh, that's a good one.
But there's one about coaches. I can see it. I can't remember what it is. Something about coach to coach.
Okay.
So,
Coach the coach. So of the 15 invaluable laws, what's your favorite?
oh, what's the favorite out
Yeah.
of all of them?
Yes.
Oh
Do you have a
gosh.
favorite?
I would probably say 15 valuable laws of growth.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. And my favorite of the 15 is the law of the mirror. Man, that comes
Oh,
up
okay. I thought you
so.
meant out of all the books. I'm
Oh yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I
No,
thought you
out of
meant pick
the
one of those.
15
Okay.
laws, which one is your favorite?
Okay. Awareness. Awareness.
Awareness, for sure.
You
Love
you
that.
can't be intentional, you can't grow, you can't go to the next stage until you know why you are, where you are, and where you want to go.
Fabulous. And Danica has a recommendation, The Prosperous Coach by Rich Litvin.
That's
Th-
it. That's
Is that
it.
it?
I'm sorry. Danica, you know why? Because my book is The Prosperous Leader and it's The Prosperous Coach. That is the book, Danica. I would have to say that's probably my number one book, is that one
All
right
right. How
there.
about Danica for the assist? Let's give Danica the assist.
Oh,
And
Danica.
we
Thank you
got to
so
get
much.
Danica on here. She has not scheduled her time, and we're already into November, so we got to get in here. So I got a couple of questions that I have to ask, and we're going to go a little bit over because went solo. But I want to ask you this question: Tell us about
Yeah.
your biggest why not moment. A time in your life when you said no, why not to something, and it led to a significant positive impact.
Okay, here's my story. Probably 17 years ago, I was already making six figures way back then, and I was content to had no intention on leaving at all. But God had a different story, and He kept closing the doors, and it was looking back, I knew what He was doing, but I kept like having a hunger to get certified, get certified, get certified, and all these different things that I'm certified in. And I thought, okay, what's a, like, okay, this is great because I'm a knowledge junkie. But then I thought, what is all this happening? And all of a sudden, the building that I was in that I'd been working for a long time,
Right.
it became a sick building. So I had to
Oh,
leave. I literally had to leave, and there were people who had to leave because it was affecting our health. And as soon as I quit, God made it very evident that He wanted me to be a coach. And I'm thinking, a coach? What? And then all of a sudden I says, why not? What the heck? Just go do it. And I've been a coach ever since. And that was probably 17 years ago. I was even a coach before I knew what coach was. But yeah,
you
so
were a
why
coach
not?
when
And
people probably still asked what sport, right?
yes.
Because now there's the coaching industry has really exploded, and there's a lot of coaches out there, and I get the opportunity to meet amazing coaches like yourself all the time, like Bruce, Lynn Everard, Danica, Raymond, Pamela. So I get a chance to see some of the best because you're
Yeah.
part of Y Nation, you're part of Y Society, and you're working with amazing coaches. You came to us through Melanie Ake, Everyday
Yeah.
Leaders, right?
Yes.
She's who
Yes.
brought you on board. And what I love, as a chief growth officer at Y Institute, one of the hardest things is like we've got to grow, right? But the cool thing is that our network has grown so much that now I'm getting most of the coaches that are coming on board are referrals from other coaches, and now it's a lot of fun.
Yes. 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 And definitely make sure you do your YOS. You have to know what it is.
So let's leave with one last question. What would you say to someone? And Bruce Kirk made the decision recently, Danica made the decision recently, but what would you say to a coach who is considering adding the YOS to what they do? What would you say to them if they're on the fence?
Why not?
Why not? I love that, Laura. Thank you so much. Thank you for being an amazing guest and for self-interviewing for about 10 minutes there while I lost power. Joe Ake, when you get to edit this video, you might want to edit some parts out, but Laura did a fantastic job. We might just put her on screen by herself in some of the video clips. Thank you, everyone, for joining. We went over by about 3 minutes, but we had some technical difficulties. We're so glad you came on, Laura White. Have a great Wednesday, everyone, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.